this is going to be a quick video talking about fevers. To understand this video, you don't need to watch anything as much. I will mention some concepts and things, but pretty much that's the basic 101 playlist. If you're new to Affixing, you want to get started, you want to know some of the basics so you can get into augmenting Affixing, go ahead and check that out. There's a bunch of other playlists as well in the description. I will mention some other videos here and there, but it's not like a mandatory thing to watch to understand this video. So fevers. Fevers can be dropped from rappies. It is RNG. And which rappie I'm referring to? I'm referring to the fluffy ones, not the nav rappies. The nav rappies do not drop these fevers. It's the rappies in themselves, the fluffy ones that you see as an iconic PSO2 logo or Fantasy Star. Well, yeah, PSO2 mascot of some sort. So, with these different rappies, they do have different seasons which can give you different types of fevers. Some of them over there in Global you do not have yet. For example, the Santa fever, that is in reference to Christmas. You guys didn't get to the Christmas era yet, or you didn't hit December yet as of this recording. But there's some other ones that are kind of obvious, like the summer one. Guess what? That's in the summer. You guys did get some summer rappies and several other things. Now, the ARKS Fever one is dropped on the 2nd and 22nd when it is PSO2 day, ARKS day, I guess. And that allows the rappies to be dressed up like an ARKS, but they drop this particular fever. Once again, it's on the 2nd and 22nd. All these other fevers, you will need to keep tabs on the announcements and just pay attention to the notes. They might have certain fevers like the Sakura one pop out of nowhere, maybe in April or something. Or whenever the Sakura's bloom, maybe? I'm not familiar with those, with the trees and stuff. Or the Sakura trees. But yeah, some of these are going to be obvious, some of them aren't. Just keep tabs on the announcements. So, with the fevers, you just need one copy. You don't need to stack them. You don't need to worry about like dealing with some sort of high percent. No, one of these is an easy 100. You can have multiple copies of them, but it's not going to do anything. Just one of them can give you 100%, and you can transfer this. This can also be viewed as a junk ability. The only fever that is not like all these other fevers is the ARKS fevers, because the ARKS fever, if you have more than one copy, you have a chance to make ARKS Max. If you have 3 copies, you have a 60% chance. So 2 is 40%, 3 is 60%, there's a 20% increase, but any more than 3 is a bit too much, so you don't want to do that. And this ARKS Max can give you a whopping 25. Now, to understand a bit more about how to upslot with fevers, because I do mention that in the Modulator video, you can look above my head for that. Now, the Modulator. Understand that if you do try to combine Modulator with an ARKS Max, it will not work. Because as you can see over here, when I try to select ARKS Max and then a Modulator, the Modulator overwrites the ARKS Max and vice versa. The ARKS Max will overwrite the Modulator. Now, you can have a Modulator and an ARKS Fever together, but that is it. Like, you cannot have ARKS Max with a Modulator. And that is it for this video. Yep, it's short because once again, this is a fever. Like, what else am I supposed to talk about? Like, it's 100% transfer rate. This is a easy, cheap as ability to go for. A lot of people in the past, in episode 2 and 3 for the Japanese PSO2, I think even in episode 1, they use fevers in their formulas because some of these things can give you at least a slight increase in your attack, and it did what it did. Now, the big one I would go for in this day and era, ARKS Fever, just because of the chance to get an ARKS Max. Or if I really want to emphasize on PP, guess what? The ARKS Max can do that. Unlike all the other abilities that you can see over here, some of them do not emphasize heavily on that PP gain, but the ARKS Fever does just by itself. That is it for this video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, put it down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.